They just turned a goofy viral image toy into a serious threat to design tools, stock photography, and maybe even parts of your job. Google's new Nano Banana Pro can pull live data from search, lay it out as a clean infographic, render razor-sharp 4K images, and even write perfectly legible text in multiple languages directly inside the image. By the end of this video, you'll understand how this one model, built on Gemini 3 Pro, turns prompting into something dangerously close to full-stack visual production. And stay to the end, because we'll look at what happens when this thing jumps into Adobe Photoshop and Firefly, with effectively unlimited generations, at least for now. Right now, AI image tools are everywhere. But most of them are still toys. Great for pretty pictures, terrible at precise layouts, charts, or reliable text. Nano Banana Pro is Google's answer to that gap. An image model that doesn't just draw what you say, it understands structure, data, and typography well enough to build usable design assets, not just eye candy. And because it's wired directly into the Gemini ecosystem, Google Workspace, Search, and even Adobe's creative tools, this isn't just another model site. It's an infrastructure play for how visual work gets done. A few months after the original Nano Banana, a fast, fun Gemini 2.5 Flash image model went viral for character edits and meme-ready photorealism. Google quietly flipped the switch on its serious upgrade. Nano Banana Pro. Nano Banana Pro is built on Gemini 3 Pro image, meaning it inherits Gemini's stronger reasoning and real-world knowledge, and then focuses that on image generation and editing. Instead of just swapping backgrounds or tweaking selfies, this version is designed to turn notes into diagrams, raw data into infographics, and messy sketches into production-ready product shots and mock-ups. You can access it directly inside the Gemini app under Create Images when you choose the thinking Gemini 3 Pro model, with free tier users getting a limited quota before the system falls back to the original Nano Banana. For paying users, it shows up practically everywhere. In Search's AI mode for Pro and Ultra subscribers in the US, in NotebookLM for global subscribers, in Google Ads, and in Workspace tools like Slides and Vids. On the enterprise and developer side, Nano Banana Pro is rolling out through the Gemini API, Google AI Studio, Google Anti-Gravity for UX layouts, and Vertex AI, with Gemini Enterprise support on the way. And then comes the wild part. Adobe has plugged Gemini 3 with Nano Banana Pro into Firefly and Photoshop, even offering unlimited image generations with partner models, including Nano Banana Pro, in Firefly until December 1st for certain subscribers. So overnight, this banana meme model went from a fun toy in a chat app to one of the default knobs inside the tools creatives already live in. At its core, Nano Banana Pro is a text-to-image and image editing model that leans heavily on Gemini 3 Pro's reasoning and Google Search integration. Think of it less like an AI painter and more like a junior designer who's also a data analyst. It can read your notes, look up real-world facts, and then turn that into a visually coherent layout. If you ask it for an infographic of tomorrow's weather, a recipe snapshot, or a sports scoreboard, it can call into Google Search's knowledge base and ground the visuals in real-time information, not hallucinated numbers. Where earlier models struggled, Nano Banana Pro shines in three big areas: text, structure, and control. First, text. The model is tuned to generate sharp, legible text directly inside the image, which matters for posters, UI mockups, diagrams, dashboards, and product packaging. It can handle longer paragraphs, varied fonts and calligraphy, and multilingual layouts, translating and localizing text while respecting spacing and brand feel. Second, structure. Nano Banana Pro can blend up to around 14 reference images into a single scene while maintaining the consistency and resemblance of up to 5 people, which makes it useful for storyboards, product lines, or team shots that need to stay on model. In Adobe workflows, Firefly and Photoshop expose this as reference-driven generation, where you can upload multiple images and have Nano Banana Pro merge and refine them into one cohesive composition. Third, control. Instead of regenerating the entire image every time, you can select, refine, and transform specific parts, tweak camera angles, change depth of field, recolor scenes, or flip day into night without wrecking everything else. The model supports a range of aspect ratios and can render up to 2K and 4K resolution, which finally makes AI images credible for print, high-end decks, and large campaigns, not just social feed experiments. Under the hood, all of these images get an invisible SynthID watermark, so that Google's tools, and now even a dedicated extension in the Gemini app, can tell if something was generated or edited by its AI. Free and Pro-tier users also see a visible Gemini sparkle watermark on images, while Ultra subscribers and some developer tools can remove the visible mark, but keep the invisible SynthID, giving pros a clean canvas without losing provenance. So what do people actually do with this? Beyond generating cursed banana memes in 4K? Start with students and casual creators. In the Gemini app, a student can drop bullet point notes about climate change. Ask Nano Banana Pro to turn this into a clean, bilingual infographic for a class presentation, and get a layout with accurate data, translated labels, and readable charts. All in one go. NotebookLM users can go a step further. Feed it a stack of PDFs or lecture notes, then have the system generate visual summaries, flashcards, or comparison diagrams grounded in those documents, plus real-world context. For marketers and small businesses, Google is literally swapping the image engine in Google Ads over to Nano Banana Pro. That means campaign mockups, product shots, and banner variations can be generated, edited, and iterated directly inside the ad tools you already use, with better text rendering, consistent characters, and 4K-ready output. In Workspace, slides and vids get the same engine, letting teams transform rough briefs into pitch decks, storyboards, or explainer visuals without ever opening a separate design app. Developers and enterprises can plug Nano Banana Pro into their own tools via the Gemini API, Google AI Studio, Anti-Gravity, and Vertex AI, turning it into the visual brain behind custom dashboards, UX builders, or content creation pipelines. And then there's the Adobe angle. Inside Firefly, Nano Banana Pro becomes one of the selectable partner models, powering text-to-image, Firefly boards, and concepting workflows. With support for uploading reference images, merging styles, and generating clean, localized text inside mockups. Photoshop goes even further by using Nano Banana Pro inside Generative Fill, where creatives can expand scenes, change lighting from day to night, adjust camera framing, or add entirely new elements while staying consistent with the original photo. For a lot of teams, that means the loop from idea in a doc to polished asset in a deck compresses from days to minutes. Of course, none of this comes for free. The first concern is provenance and abuse. Google's SynthID watermarking is designed so that any Nano Banana Pro image can be detected as AI generated, and the Gemini app now lets you upload an image and simply ask, "Did Google AI make this?" But the visible watermark, the little Gemini sparkle, can be removed for top-tier Ultra subscribers and in some Pro tools, which has already raised eyebrows among reviewers who worry about how easily realistic images could circulate without obvious markers. Second, quality is better, not perfect. Early hands-on tests show much sharper text, more reliable multilingual layouts, and noticeably cleaner 4K images than the original Nano Banana, especially for dashboards and UI-like compositions. But there are still occasional mislabeled elements, odd compositional choices, and over-creative interpretations of complex prompts, especially when heavily editing photos with humans in them. Finally, there's platform risk. The more your visual workflow depends on a single vendor's model, APIs, and quotas, the more your creative process is locked to their pricing, policies, and safety decisions. Nano Banana Pro is a signal of where image AI is going next. Away from one-off pretty pictures and towards semi-structured, data-aware visual tools that sit inside everything you already use. Google is positioning it as the default way to sketch ideas and layout information across Gemini, Workspace, Ads, and now Adobe's ecosystem. A bridge between rough prompts and the polished assets that actually ship to clients. As these tools mature, the real question isn't, can AI draw? It's how often power users will still open full design suites from a blank canvas when an AI can get them to an 80% layout in a single prompt. If Nano Banana was the meme, Nano Banana Pro is the moment the meme quietly becomes infrastructure. So what do you do with this? If you're a student, a marketer, a developer, or a designer, Nano Banana Pro is basically a free upgrade to your ideation phase. Faster mockups, clearer diagrams, and more consistent visuals with less friction. If you're worried about deepfakes, watermark removal, or creative jobs, this is also a wake-up call that toy image models now sit at the heart of real production pipelines, from Google Ads to Photoshop. The big question: in a world where AI can design, typeset, and lay out data-driven visuals in seconds, what's the new edge for human creators? And how will you use tools like Nano Banana Pro without letting them quietly take over your entire workflow? That's it for this one. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.